Hello. Sorry for the delay. Just checking that my Twitch and YouTube are all okay. All right, we're back. Oh, it's probably gonna run another ad. Whatever. So, yeah. If you're watching this on the VOD, we tried playing, or I tried playing The Alters Last Variable again, but it seems to be suffering from some very consistent crashes. So I'm going to have to put that game on hold and shelve it for a bit, which is really sad because I really wanted to play it today. But instead, we're going to be switching to another game. And I've chosen to play start a new one, Database Detective Minor Crimes Division. I guess we just played Desktop Explorer, so it's going to be similar in a sense because it'll be on a desktop environment. But I think the tone's a little different from what I can tell. And it's also very different kind of puzzles, as you'll find out. But yeah, let's give it a whirl. I'm also not sure if I need to stand on the left or the right. I'll stay over here first for now. Why is this not showing up? There we go. So you didn't see it on screen. It said this is Cop OS. I guess it's the operating system used by the police departments. So let's wake up this sleeping cop. And one new voice message.
Well, well, well. Look who's decided to leave work early. Detective, it hasn't even been 5 minutes and you're already leaving? You know, logging out of work early is against the law for most occupations in Los Angeles. Not your occupation, though, so you can leave when you want.
Hey.
Okay. Oh. I think I missed a message because I opened the game first and I need to change some settings and like resolution and stuff. Let's listen to this one first.
Hey there, recruit. Welcome to the Minor Crimes Division of the Los Angeles Police Department. This is your first day as a database detective, correct? You know, not many people sign up for this job, and between you and me, we need all the help we can get. These days, people seem to think they can commit all the minor crimes they want. Littering, shoplifting, jaywalking, just disregarding the delicate balance of law and order, tearing down the social contract that ties us all together. But that's where we come in. We're here to stop those who think they can get away with the little things. Things that people might not think are a big deal. But the road to hell is paved one brick at a time. Think about it. One day, someone accidentally leaves some paint on private property. No big deal, they might think, till they realize, if I can get away with that, what else can I get away with? And then they'll start thinking they can get away with killing our innocent women and children, abducting them from the cover of night, and ripping their flesh from limb to limb, all because we let them get away with something they shouldn't have. And that's what we have here. We caught a group of suspects around the sidewalk in Bleecker Street that was vandalized with paint. I've downloaded the suspect data into your desktop. This should be a good first case for you, Detective. We'll need you to figure out who was the one responsible. If we don't catch the right person, I don't even want to know what they'll get away with in the future. If you're not sure where to start, why don't you read the little instruction manual thingy that's on your computer somewhere. And that's it from me. I have some work to do, but I'll be sure to call you back when you make that first arrest. Best of luck, Detective.
Oh, the hell! I thought the music was part of the voice message, but I guess it's just playing on my desktop here. So right away, I think it's supposed to be tongue in cheek, but definitely the sort of cop attitude of, Oh, if they're going to get away with minor crimes, they'll start doing major ones later on. Murder and all that. It's very, very much a slippery slope. And also, so I think what happened was this message here is the one I'm supposed to be welcomed with. But because I closed the game and then came back, I got this message berating me for exiting too early. So yeah. Let me just check some settings here. I moved the voice lines down a bit. Oh, interesting. Interesting. They don't have. I was kind of expecting the voice volume to be in here, but I guess it's integrated in the phone call thing. So I guess that's the volume. I'll leave these volume settings here for now. Let's see. Oh, I can change my background. I think I'll leave it like this for now. Windowed mode. Why is full screen and windowed mode clicked together? That's a bit weird. Okay. We have a helper buddy here. Let's take a look.
Hello.
Hello, detective. I haven't seen you around before. I'm an intern from the Mole Man department, here to help you out. Want me to show you around? Sure.
Uh-huh.
Awesome. You should start by checking your messages if you haven't already. It's always a good idea to listen to authority figures. Once you got the debrief, you should go through the pieces of evidence we've collected for you. Most of the time, you should also be provided some data related to your case. Think of this data as another important piece of evidence. There's usually a lot of data to go through. Use this application to write a SQL query to fetch the specific data you want. You probably won't need this for your current case, though. Oh. Not sure what a SQL query is? No worries. Just read through this helpful textbook to learn more. It looks like a SQL for dummies. Once you're confident about who the perpetrator is, just fill out the arrest warrant using this icon to finish the case. That's all for now. If you need any help, don't hesitate to ask. Thanks. Bye. Oh, if you need any help, just click on my face. Yeah. Oh, you're just gonna hang out there. I see. All right. I guess that's good reason for me to be on the left side of the screen. So let's look. Okay, I have a notepad. Can I type in here? Ooh, I can. I have eight full pages of notes and no more than that. I can also change the background, which might be useful. Let's look up clues. Actually, what's the nature of our case? It's, what was it? Caught a group of suspects around the sidewalk in Bleecker Street that was vandalized with paint. So it's just vandalism. Okay, so we're dealing with vandalism. We have a bunch of suspects. 17432. 17433. 34. Oh. I wonder who it could be. Vandalism? Illegal. Exhibit A. It's just a splotch of paint. Yeah, I think this is very tongue-in-cheek again. Kind of making the cops kind of look like they're overreacting. So here we already have a table, a database table of sorts. We have suspects, and they each have a suspect number, a first name, a last name, and an occupation. And Jeff Painterson, painter. I feel like this, okay, so I mean, should I just... Oh. Need sergeant approval. Stop. For internet access. Why are they restricting my internet access? What is this? It's like they're like nannying my internet usage. And here we are with sequel for database detectives. If a detective can understand it, you can understand it. And I don't understand anything. Officially commissioned for the Los Angeles Police Department. Chapter 1. How to use a computer. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this out. We know how hard it is to be a database detective. Trust us, we were there too. Getting funny looks on the street, hearing children laughing as they point at us, seeing the disappointment slowly growing in my father's eyes as he discovered that I wasn't just a detective, I was a database detective. It's true. People don't become database detectives because they want to. They do it because they have to. They have nothing else. These desperate souls usually don't even know how to use a computer. If this sounds like you, don't worry. We'll spend this first chapter dealing with the very basics. Database detective? What is that? After the exciting detective groundwork has been completed, the collected data and evidence gets sent away to be processed. Who are the unlucky folks that have to process all this data? That's right, it's the database detectives. These pitiful individuals then use the processed data to fill out the arrest warrants that authorize the permanent detention of a suspect. Okay, what is a computer? Duh. Computers are complicated devices, so it's okay if you don't know what they are. When you use a computer, you're really interacting with a computer's operating system. The operating system used by the Los Angeles Police Department is known as Cop OS, and it comes with 9 different applications that will be useful for your crime-fighting journey. The applications of Cop OS. To open an application in Cop OS, double-click on an application's icon. To move an icon, click and drag the icon to the desired location. Oh, I can drag it. One thing I did notice, and I think this was intentional in Desktop Explorer, you actually couldn't click and drag any of the icons. You couldn't move anything like from between different locations. And I think that was an intentional choice, because if you were able to move files around, it's very easy to lose them and lose track of them. But it looks like in this game we are able to customize our icons, at least on the desktop. I'll go through these a little bit more quickly. So shut down, new. This is a new feature. Okay. I wonder what happened in previous versions. Turn off, allows you to finally turn off your computer. Settings. Royalty-free music player. Oh, thank goodness. I don't want to get DMCA'd on Twitch or YouTube. Web browser, manual, mail, arrest suspect, notepad, clue explorer, search tables. Search tables. This is our query. This is where we enter our query. And all that stuff. I'll read this last part here. Actually, view data from search results and download tables. Tables with the lock icon mean that the table can't be modified. So I see. The table is on our desktop right there. It's kind of like, you could kind of imagine it as like a CSV file in a way, or something. So this suspect's table is locked. Tables without the lock icon allow for more options after right-clicking. For example, after right-clicking on this table to the left, we can see the option to rename it to something else or delete it from the desktop entirely. Oh, sorry, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We haven't explained what a table is yet. Tables keep stuff above the floors so they won't spill everywhere. The same goes with data. In short, tables are a way to store structured data. As a database detective, you'll be staring at a lot of tables, so hopefully that sounds like fun to you. It's how I spent my honeymoon after all. Haha, just kidding. I'm not married. Here's an example of what you would see if you opened a table. Take a look at the words on the title bar. That's the blue part. This is the table name. Coincidentally, the name of this table is called table_name. What are the odds of that? Right below the table name is a row of column names, which shows what each column represents. This table has two columns, column_1 and column_2. Below each column name are a series of values that correspond to that column. Together, column names on the same horizontal axis form a row. Each row represents a unique entity in that table. For example, if you had a table named people, we can assume that each row represents a single person. Chapter summary. Being a database detective isn't easy. It's known that staring at data lowers your life expectancy more than coal mining or operating heavy machinery. Then why do we do it? Why did we dedicate so many hours of our precious lives to this? If you find out the answer, please let us know, as we have been trying to figure this out as well. Okay, just from this, I can already tell. Yeah, there's a lot of humor injected everywhere, even in the manual. This is, I like this tone here. A pro tip: you can click on a value in a table to copy it into your clipboard. You can then paste the copied value by pressing Ctrl V. That is a good pro tip. So, I guess I should. I think I've mentioned this, but I'll mention it again. I used to work in the tech industry, so I do have, I actually have a comp sci degree, so I have worked with SQL quite a bit. Let's test this out. I know my queries. Oh, it capitalizes the select for me. That's nice. So I'm going to query this suspects table. I want all the columns here. This is what star means, but we can specify in this select. Basically, the general structure of it is select. For the SQL query is select from and where. I'll get to those in a sec. No, DNA, this is a completely different game. Desktop Explorer is a completely different game. I finished that on Thursday. This is the game that came out on the same day as well. And it's very similar in the sense it's all in a desktop environment, but the tone is very different. It's not a... It's very humorous. The tone is very different. Is inserted computer thing explorer now a genre? I think it's always been. Like, there's been a lot of, even before Desktop Explorer, there are quite a few games that take place on a desktop. This is just the latest one, I guess. The difference with this one seems to be I guess the theme is you have to learn SQL. Or in order to solve the puzzles, you have to basically like learn the basics of SQL. So, which, depending on how you think about that, you might hate it or love it. I don't know. So I'm going to select all columns. In the from clause is where you put your table name. So in this case, it's suspects. Now, actually, you can actually just run the query here. This will just give us the whole table again, right? And it gives us a result here. But this is not this in itself is not usually useful, at least for our purposes. So the where clause basically allows you to add a condition. And the syntax for this can vary. Even there's like even different flavors of SQL that have different where syntax, but generally you can do things like, in this case, let's do occupation equals. Now, is this a double quotes or a single quote system? I'm gonna try double quotes here. Painter. And as you can see, I've filtered only giving the rows where the occupation is exactly equal to the word painter. I think I'm gonna test the syntax here. If I did lowercase p, okay, so the capitalization does matter. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, you're not. I think I'm getting ahead of myself because you're not supposed to write queries yet. I think I'm just supposed to just point my finger at the painter. So they did say I didn't need to run any queries to solve it. All right, Los Angeles Police Department for the Minor Crimes Division. Arrest warrant for minor crimes. You are commanded to arrest. Oh, I actually need his name. Jeff Peterson. Under the accusation of leaving drops of blue paint on the sidewalk at the corner of Bleecker Street and Central Park Road, Vilings 48 LZMC 447B, which prohibits vandalism in the state of Los Angeles. Honestly, without the humor part, Los Angeles kind of feels like it's a police state. Like they'll arrest you for any little thing here. Are you sure this is who you want to arrest? This will end the current case. Remembering where we put the suspect. Walking towards suspect. Apprehending suspect. What the hell? Okay.
Okay, that one was pretty obvious, but hey, you solved your first case. And don't worry, the perp is on his way right now to be rehabilitated. Oh, we'll never see him again. Oh, we also got a new case for you. Seems like someone wanted to litter on the campus of our local elementary school this morning. Our suspect threw away what looks like an ID card. Their name is scratched off, but we have a hunch. Call it a sneaking suspicion that the suspect we're looking for is a teacher in the school that we found the ID card from. To think that a criminal like this might be with children at this current moment. Just disgusting.
It's literally their job.
We managed to get you a list of every teacher who works there. Our suspect should be in there somewhere. You'll also find the littered object in the Clue Explorer, along with a sketch of the victim to motivate you to find the perpetrator of this heinous act. This case is a little harder than the previous one, so you might want to learn how to search through data properly. You can read more about this in the second chapter of the instruction manual. What? You don't think that sounds fun? It's what we're paying you for. Wait, we are paying you, right? Actually, don't answer that. I have an appointment. I'll reach back out to you when I'm finished.
All right. Let's look at our clues. We have an ID card. The name is indeed scratched out. Kindergarten teacher, though. District, Poverty Bay. Wealth, extremely poor. Kindness rating, 10 out of 10. This feels like... I feel like there's... I think there's like this very, very subtle meta commentary about the state of our society. I think the dev is injecting here, like, you know, they certainly have an opinion about police officers, but also teachers are, you know, well known for being highly underpaid and overworked. Yeah. I'm not to say I don't disagree with it. I do agree with it quite a bit. I think teachers need to be paid way more for what they do. Date joined 1980, October 24th. Date of birth 1926. Well, they're quite old. Eyes are green. Height is 61 inches. Is that supposed to be 6'1"? That seems. Uh-oh. I guess there's like, again, I don't know the freedom units. But there's like there's 12 inches in a foot, right? So this is actually not too far off. Weight of 110 pounds. And not what I expected the victim to be, but sure. Okay. Let's read the next chapter of the manual. And there's, I did see, I think they actually get pretty advanced in terms of these queries. We start seeing things like group bys and other clauses, which I'm going to be honest, I'm not as well versed in. So I'm actually going to probably start learning a little bit here, or at least get a refresher. Chapter 2, Dealing with Data. Database detectives don't just look at tables. Sure, that's most of what we do, for hours on end, day after day, but it's not all we do. We also interact with tables. This step is an important part of being a database detective, as it allows us to find the specific pieces of data we want to stare at. To do this, let's learn SQL, known as Structured Query Language, to use in our search tables application and formalize the destruction of our soon-to-be miserable lives. Keywords and queries. In order to use SQL, we must learn a few magic words that hold this language together. These magic words are called keywords, and with the right keywords and phrases, we can write them a magical sentence that can give us the data we want. These magical sentences are known as queries, and all queries you'll write as a database detective will start with this word, with this next word. Select. Imagine a claw machine at your favorite childhood carnival. Now imagine controlling that claw to grab your favorite plush toy and then dropping it below for you to pick up. Now that you're motivated with this completely unrelated example, let's talk about the select keyword and how it's used. Select is the keyword that allows you to choose the columns you want to see in the final result. Simply write the column names after the word select. For example, if I only wanted to get the first underscore name and last underscore name columns from this table, my query would start to look like this. Or start like this. And as I see, asterisk character. Yep. However, select statements usually aren't enough for a complete query. We also need to specify where the columns come from. Golly, if only we had a keyword for this. From. From allows you to specify which tables are being selected and appear after the select statement. Since these examples use column names from the people table, our from statement needs to include this table name. Our query should now look like the query on the right, to the right. Notice that the table name is colored orange and the column names are now colored red. This shows that our system recognizes these column and table names. That's good to know. Believe it or not, this is all we need for a complete query. Unfortunately, the results aren't too interesting. Usually want to filter out rows that aren't relevant to what we're searching for, which unfortunately is something that SQL doesn't support. So yeah, I just kind of explained that last chapter. Just kidding, this is supported through the where statement. This statement allows you to specify which rows you would like to see in the final result. This is done by writing conditions that the final result must satisfy. Conditions generally follow a pattern like this: column name, operator, condition value. For now, the only operator you'll need to know is the equals operator. This operator ensures that all column names from column name equal the condition value in the final result. When filtering columns that are text, the condition value must have single or double quotes around it. Okay, so single or double quotes are supported. That's good to know. Because I know in there's the SQL standard, but there's actually different flavors of SQL. The most infamous one is Microsoft SQL, MS SQL, which has a whole different syntax and just usually very fucky-wucky. If you ever have the unfortunate opportunity of working with MS SQL, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you have to go through that. So, and then there's also like different databases. Like, nowadays there's like MySQL, MariaDB, and Postgres SQL, and there's also very slight differences between those three. Not as drastic as MS SQL, but definitely worth keeping in mind. Again, I'm talking from a person who's actually worked with real databases before. Also realizing this is taking a lot of talking, so I'm gonna take a little drink here. Okay, so I'll try to summarize this. Select star from people where last name is Booper. So you're just trying to find all the ones with Booper as a last name. This condition is case sensitive. This one looks for people with age 90. And then you can use the AND keyword to join conditions together. So this query will show all people with last name Booper and also the age of 90. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Text values appear as blue, where numerical values appear as green. Good to know, because I guess I can't really demonstrate it here, but there's a big difference between the numerical value and the string that has the word 90 in it. So if this had quotes around, that's a very different thing than just the number 90. One type of value that is stored as a number. Dates. Dates are. I hate dates, and I'm not talking about the fruit. I'm talking about the calendar dates. Dates are very annoying to deal with in programming, but also especially in databases, because there's so many different formats. So I'm glad they're actually defining what their date format here is. Calendar dates are stored in the format YYYY as a single number. Good. Okay, so they're saying they don't do something like MMDDYYY or something fucky like that. This means that December 25th, 1995 will be stored as 1995-12-25. Okay. Honestly, I think what I'm going to do is actually, I should probably speed through this a little bit faster until I get to a point where I'm starting to where the puzzles are going to start becoming more difficult. Because this one seems pretty straightforward, I think. So we're looking for... I guess there was kind of a clue here, right? This is... Date joined? That's their join date, but... Oh, I see. Join, date of birth. Ah. We just have to search for them by... I guess date of birth would probably do it, right? So let's... It's very unlikely. Well, actually, it might be likely, but we'll see. If this returns one person, then we got our suspect. But if it returns more than one, we'll have to do something about that. So select star from teachers. Where? Date of birth equals. Oh, it's a numerical number, not a string. So 19260617. Margaret Wallace.
Hey.
Oh, here's a quick tip. If you want to save your tables for later, make sure to hit the Save Table checkbox in the Search Tables window. Ah. Okay, good to know. So we can save some intermediary tables and stuff. I think where this game will get more complicated is when we have to deal with joins. Because so far we've been dealing with just one table. But when you start dealing with multiple tables, and then there's things called primary keys and foreign keys, where things in one table are referencing a thing in another table. That's where the queries start to get a little bit funny. So I'm looking forward to that soon. Oh, when I close this, Margaret Wallace. All right, let's go arrest. I guess all they really need here is the name, right? Well, like, what if you run into a situation where you have multiple people named Margaret Wallace? Like, how do they know how do the police know that they're arresting the right person? Given how the police department seems to work here, maybe they don't care. So, yeah. Violently tackling suspect. Whoa. It would be nice if maybe at the end of this game we arrest the police chief or something. That'd be a good comeuppance.
Nice job, Detective. She won't be littering anymore with her hands cuffed behind her back. Did you know that it takes up to 500 years for plastic to decompose? That 9 billion tons of litter end up in the ocean every year. Mother Nature thanks you, Detective. You've given the flowers and fauna of this glorious nation another chance to live again. That's why I have an even bigger case for you this time, Detective. It's confidential. You can't let anyone know you're investigating this. If this leaks, it'll be bad for both me and our entire division. That's how big this next case is. The crime happened last night in our police department at roughly 10 p.m. It was at this late, rainy hour of the night that someone ate my sandwich. Oh, it was something I was looking forward to eating later today, but now it's gone forever. Luckily, our security cameras caught the suspect right before the act. Looks like it was one of us.
Oh.
Someone who betrayed their uniform.
Uh-oh.
Someone who was supposed to be uncorrupted from the sins of this rotten world. I'll provide you a list of every officer from our division, along with a timesheet of when everyone came in and out of this building that day. Now please, right this terrible wrong that has tragically taken place in the area we all hold sacred. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll have to think about what to eat for lunch.
Okay. A heinous crime of eating someone's lunch. And right away I can notice that we have two tables here, cops and timesheets. So maybe we're actually going to look at joins sooner rather than later. Let me just check the clues here. Ah, okay, we do have security footage. A 3, their badge has a 3 on it. Oh boy, look at this, you see this thing in the corner here? Shoot, kill, laugh. I'm shaking my head. There's also a date on this footage, June 28, 1998, around 10 p.m., 10:01 p.m. at night. Oh, and then, poor sandwich. Okay, I'm gonna keep this around. This seems important. But let's move on to Chapter 3. Chapter 3, Combining Knowledge. Not many database detectives reach this chapter. In fact, 99% of database detectives don't even have the skills to finish the first chapter. And we haven't even learned how to combine multiple tables yet. We've just been working with one. Join. Let's imagine we have two tables that we want to combine into one. We might want to do this for many reasons, the biggest being that it's so much fun. Tables should only be combined when they share a common column. When they do have a shared column, you can use the join keyword to glue the tables together. Here we have two tables that share a column. We can join them with the query below. So in this case, we have, table 1 has ID first name, table 2 has ID last name. The shared key or shared column is the ID. So we can do a join like this. You can also add where statements. You can also add a where statement by writing it directly after the join statement. So if you're just looking for IDs greater than 5, you can just stick that in there. Now, the on keyword. When you join, you must also specify what columns you want to join on. You can do this by putting an equals operator between the two shared columns to form a condition. For any shared column names, it also must be specified which tables they come from. This can be done by adding the table name in a period before the column name. For example, table1.id uses the ID column from table 1. However, if writing the full table name sounds like too much work for you, then boy, have I got a keyword for you. As. You can use the as keyword to provide nicknames for table names or selected column names. This keyword also isn't actually necessary, so optional. So this one, we specify table 1, table 2. The on statement, we specify where these ones are. In a lot of joins, you actually don't need this, but I guess since for someone, the intended audience is for someone learning SQL, it's probably better to be as explicit as possible and then learn the shortcuts later. So this is fine. Like this makes it clear what you're doing. And then here, we've table 1 is, oh, you don't actually need, as seems extremely, very extraneous here. It's very extra. You don't need that. You just do this, yeah. Table 1 and just label it as T1, and that should work just fine. More operators, okay, pretty straightforward. Not equal, greater than, less than. Pretty straightforward stuff. And finally, what's the time? Some tables have columns that represent the time. Time is displayed using a 24-hour HHMM format, where HH represents the hour and MM represents the minute. However, due to limitations of COP OS, the leading 0 can't be displayed. This means, for example, that 1:05 AM will be displayed as 1:05. 12 AM will be displayed as 0. So leading zeros, so this should be, if leading zeros were enabled, this would be 01:05 and this would be 0000. Interesting. That, I wonder why they did this. I don't think it's a limitation of the game. They could have programmed it like this, but maybe it's something, maybe it might be a thing to maybe throw, budding database detectives off. I'm not gonna lie, that was a lot. If you're feeling confused or overwhelmed and just not having a good time right now, don't be. You're actually legally obligated to be having tons of fun. Save tables, okay. All right, let's look at what we have here. We have a COP table. Guns issued. Oh. I guess, can we imply that this person has security level 3 and one gun? Some of these people have 3 guns. That's a lot. And the timesheet. So it has to be someone with a checkout time after 22:01. Okay, I think I know what kind of query I want to make here. Okay, let's do the join first. So we're gonna do cops. I'm gonna label it C. I'm going to join on the timesheet table. We'll call that T. And then, hold on, I always get confused about, I don't usually use the join syntax. I actually just use comma instead, but they're not showing that syntax yet. Okay, I have to do on. And the shared column we're doing is the badge numbers. So C badge number equals T badge number. And now we need to put in our where clause. We're looking for multiple conditions here. Let's go for security level is 3. And then guns issue. Actually, let's do it. Let's do this incrementally, because I just want to see how many results we get with one of these conditions. I'm going to try. Let's do the timesheet first, actually. So let's do checkout time is greater than 22:01. So they must have left after. I'm assuming they had to take some time eating the sandwich. So, okay. So based on this, there are 1, 2, 3. I wish they gave you a number of results here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 11 cops who checked out after this time. Okay. So we have that. Let's add security level equals 3. That should whittle this down a little bit more. Okay, and also, actually, we can sort of see the answer right here, because none of these officers, of these 6 officers, have guns except for Eduardo Eldridge. So I think he's our man here. But I'll just for completeness, I will add that condition here. And there he is. So, yeah. Oh, interesting. There's badge number. Oh, that's how they've done a join there. Is that usually when you join tables, they don't put a duplicate column like this? So I'm wondering if, have I done something wrong here? Is there a way to, like, get rid of that duplicate column, maybe? I don't think so. This syntax looks just like what I see on here. Okay. It's not harmful that this extra column here. It's just a little... I guess the one drawback is if we're going to start dealing with tables with a lot of columns, having these extra columns here in the result might make it less readable. So yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, I think so we were learning a very specific join. I don't remember what kind of join it's called. It might be it's not exactly an inner join, but there's other types of joins like outer joins, inner joins and stuff. If you do an inner join, that actually... No. Okay, that doesn't get rid of it. I guess the next chapter will actually explain that, I hope. Okay, so we have Eduardo Eldridge. I have to spell his name correctly because it's a little unusual. Justice served. Oh, what is all this? 5 tables now.
Wow. You actually got him. We'll make sure this scoundrel never bites into innocent sandwiches ever again. My delicious sandwich, however, will never come back. To be honest, I thought I'd feel a sense of justice, knowing that a wrong has been made right, knowing that only I would be the victim of this wretched scoundrel. But that's not what I feel at all. I feel an emptiness in the pit of my stomach, where those bites of my sandwich should have been. Well, no time to waste. We got an urgent call earlier from a local hotel manager. Says we got a perp that was supposed to check out of the room at 6:30. You know what time it is now? 6:45. Luckily, we got a cold jail cell waiting for them if they still need a room. Our boys at the crime scene say that our suspect was in town to visit some conventions. They also found a lot of strange stuff in the suspect's room. Hopefully, these brochures and this photo we found of the suspect proved to be helpful. We also asked around the convention center and managed to get a list of everyone who came to the last big event. Given what we know, that's where we're gonna find who we're looking for. Now, we need to act fast. We promised the local business community that if we don't solve their case in an hour, they don't need to pay taxes. And I do not want this coming out of my paycheck.
Why'd you make a promise like that? Okay. my goodness. The crime of not checking out just slightly later. Oh no. Okay. I'm noticing the table names are certainly interesting. We have LampCon. Oh, actually, you can't even see. Here, I'll show. Actually, since this guy is in the corner, I don't think I'll need his help. Well, maybe not. Maybe this is hubris, but let me move over here. Hey, you can see here. Attendees, LampCon, LotionCon, DumbCon, BureauCon. Let's look at the clues. Oh, we got lots here. Bureau. Oh, this is fun. BureauCon. Celebrate bureaucracy. Special guest, Jim, DMV employee. Hey. Listen to his exciting stories of sorting repossession affidavits and vessel registration exemptions. You won't believe how he organizes his vehicle total loss claim settlement reports, alphabetically. Activities include waiting in line again, waiting in line for a third time. I mean, that's a huge amount of the time. If you ever go to any sort of convention, most of your time will be in lines, especially for busy ones. Meet other government form fanatics. Come see what bureaucracy is all about. June 29th, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., HSU Center, room 112. Bring the most government forms to win a chance to sign some paperwork. LampCon. June 29th, 2 to 5 p.m. at Sue Center 111. Actually, the guy, I think Sue is that's the last name of the guy who made this game, so I think I see the reference here. See hot lamps that stay turned on. Look at those curves. Strawberry scented. Look at that huge top. Like raspberry flavor. Bring the most lamps for a chance to take one of these hotties, asterisk, home. LotionCon. Smooth skin forever. June 29th, 12 to 3 p.m. The Sioux Center at room 113. Free rubs for seniors. Stay moist, stay happy. Have the most bottles of lotion, win the feeling of temporary happiness. And finally, get dumb. DumbCon, Sioux Center 114, June 29th, 3 to 6 p.m. Carry the most dumbbells here to win a prize. Learn about Pat's transformation. It took him only 12 years using our easy-to-follow 7,347-step plan. Free water included. So this person apparently wanted to attend all 4 of these cons. Interesting. Oh, actually, fun aside. While the weekend I'm playing this stream right now, this game right now. There's a convention called Offkai that I've been actually following quite a bit, because it kind of makes sense. It's kind of the right now. I guess it's the kind of the de facto VTuber convention. It's taking place in San Jose, and apparently the convention center that they're putting it in, Offkai doesn't have the whole convention center. They're sharing it with, and it's so funny. It's apparently the CrossFit convention. So you're gonna have basically all these sort of unwashed, all these anime fans, mixing together with these super fit, knowing what I know about CrossFit, they're very disciplined, very, maybe even a little bit culty, I don't know, but yeah, I just find it just having those two groups of people together. They're probably gonna look at each other and be like, who the hell are you? so yeah. I think one day I'd like to go to Offkai at some point, but I don't know, my current circumstances don't really allow for that. Dear Diary. Oh, it's a suspect's diary. Is this? Oh, it's okay. This is their only entry. Dear Diary. Today I felt sad. I didn't win any contests. I could have won one, but I arrived too late to enter, so I couldn't attend. Oh, interesting. Another convention was over capacity. I couldn't even get in. From a quick peek, they had over 300 people. That's a fire hazard. The 2 conventions I went to were fun, though. Also, my gerbil died. Rip Dorothy. Aw. Okay, this gives us actually a lot of interesting information. Because we then know that it seems like they tried to attend all 4 of these, but they only got into 2. One was he was too late, the other one was too full. Photo front. Ah, this must be the suspects. So it looks like they got... Oh, this is how many things they have. So let's look at this. Bring the most government forms for Bureaucon. Bring the most lamps. Bring the most balls of lotion. And I'm noticing... Carry the most dumbbells here to win a prize. There's no dumbbells in the picture as far as I can tell. We have 8 forms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lamps. This one's just been like underneath their, or not underneath, behind their head. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bottles of lotion. Cool. This sort of counting in pictures. It's reminding me a little bit of the Rat Line, because we had to do something very similar in that game. Not sure if the shirt or the flags are relevant here, but Oh, back of the photo. Me with all my convention stuff minus dumbbells. I only had an exact average of them anyways. So much stuff. June 30, 1998. Okay. Oh, and we have to read the manual. Let's check out chapter 4. Aggregation. Okay. All about aggregation. You should now be extremely skilled at filtering out data from tables. Don't feel too proud though. Your journey has just begun. You should actually be feeling empty inside to ensure that there's room for all the cool SQL concepts you're about to learn. Aggregation. Aggregation functions are a way to view the overall information about columns in a table. If you've ever yearned to know what the largest or smallest column values are, then aggregation functions are for you. These functions, except for count, only work on numerical columns. So max, min, sum, and average work on numerical columns. Count simply just counts the number of rows in the column. Below is an example of a query using aggregate functions on the example table. For now, aggregation functions can only appear in the select statement with no other columns. In other words, when you have aggregate functions in your query, you must only have aggregate functions in your query for now. Oh. Interesting they have that. I guess that makes sense. That they're keeping that restriction there, but eventually you can start doing things like you can do like where something is the max of some column or another crazy stuff like that. So this is definitely foreshadowing. So that this example column has only one column. You can then add up all the numbers like so. Joining multiple tables. If you know how to join 2 tables, joining 3 is easy, and so is 4, and 5, and 6. To the right is an example of a query with a join containing 3 tables. Okay. Be careful though. When any tables are joined together, the result will only contain values that are shared across all tables. For example, if table 1 has an ID value that is missing from table 2, this ID will not appear in the final result. The Venn diagram on the right further illustrates what this join captures. So this is an inner join, I think. I could be wrong, but yeah. There's other types of joins. Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. It just says it right there. In SQL, this is also called an inner join. There are other types of join statements, but don't worry about them. They're far too much for an average database detective to comprehend. So yeah, you can have everything inner joins basically it must be something that is common to all three tables in this case. In this case, the ID. There are other types of joins like left outer joins, right outer joins that actually take like these parts of the Venn diagram, but we don't need those yet. When I wrote my first aggregation function, my eyes teared up. Not out of joy, but instead of sorrow, as I was just evicted out of my apartment. However, the idea of learning something that would help my department meet their monthly quota did make me feel better. I hope you feel the same. Pro tip, if you want to save and use the results of an aggregation function later, make sure to give it a handy nickname to make it easy to select later. Interesting, you can do an as on this. Okay. Let's check our data. Oh, we have a lot. That's a lot of attendees right there. First name, last name. Oh, I see. The attendee ID is it? I think it's assumed that the attendee ID, in all four of these other tables, attendee ID is on, that's named like this. Well, I guess this is the attendee table, so I guess that makes sense. So I guess we're assuming this ID is the same as that. Dumbs brought, lamps brought, bottles brought, forms brought. So let's think about this. I could have won one, but I arrived too late to enter, so I couldn't attend. Another convention was over capacity, but I couldn't even get in. From a quick peek, they had over 300 people. Let's do a query to identify which convention is that. So select some of, let's see. Oh, we gotta be careful here. This ID. And then we're trying to go, oh no, we don't need the attendees table. We just need the one of these. I guess we should probably do a query for each of these. So lamp, dumb, lotion, and bureau. So let's do LampCon first. From LampCon, some. No, not actually no, not some. What am I doing? Count ID. Oh, is that not? Oh, it's called attendee ID in here. $278 from LampCon. So that's not over 300, so it's not LampCon. LotionCon. 261. DumbCon. Oops. Oh, I can't type. 278. Okay, that sounds like it's BureauCon, I bet. 313. Okay, so BureauCon was the busiest convention. So we can eliminate BureauCon from this. They could have won one, but I arrived too late to enter, so I couldn't attend. So there is at least one convention where they did what they could. Let's assume that they could have won. So we're looking for the winner. So eliminate BureauCon. Let's do LampCon first. LampCon. And again, each of these has their own little different name here. So this is Lamps Brought. And we're looking for the... Actually, no, we're looking for this, right? Lamps... Does this work? The maximum lamps brought is 9. Unfortunately, I can't do max in the where statement, so I have to do something like this. Lamps brought equals 9. Actually, can I do that? No. Do something like this. I don't know if it'll allow me to do this. Doesn't have a close. Oh. Aggregate functions such as max cannot appear in the where statement. Aggregate function should only appear in the sub. Okay, this doesn't work. So it's a little funny, but so there's a lot of people with the maximum number of lamps. Oh wait, no, I'm forgetting. I forgot that we have the information right here. They brought in 6 lamps, so they could not have 1 lamp. They could not have won the lamp con. So the BureauCon we know they could not have done. So it's just Lotion Con and lamp and Dumb Con. Minus dumbbells, I only had an exact average of them anyways. So this might be, if we can get the average number of dumbbells, and then, yeah, okay, so that's, we can do that for DumbCon. I think I see how this is supposed to go. So we're going to take, let's do DumbCon first. Let's do average, and I need to look at the table. What's the Dumbs brought? So Dumbs brought 9. Okay. I can see some of them are quite a lot more than 9. So we are looking for an attendee who brought the average numbers. So Dumbs brought was 9. Quite a few people. So our suspect is somewhere in here. And now we have to figure out... match this with the number of lotions that they brought. Which would be 8. So we need to do a join. We join on the Lotion Con table. And then on... I'll label my tables here, D and L. Attendee ID equals the L Lotion Con attendee ID. So this one will just join the tables together. Oh, why is it so much less than... Oh, because some... I see. It's already eliminated quite a few people because some people attended DumbCon but did not attend LotionCon. This is showing the ones that attended both. So we're down to 8 possible suspects. Okay, so now we need to find the one with 8 bottles, which is... Uh-oh. I'm noticing a problem right away here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I don't see 8 here. I think this results in bottles brought equals 8. No results, I bet. Yeah. So why? Whoop. No, no, no. I don't want to talk to you. Go away. Have the most bottles of lotion. Okay. Let me double check this. I could have won one, but I arrived too late to enter. Oh, hold on. It's not. Buricon is. Yeah, Buricon is not. Is eliminated. They never attended it. I guess I could. Oh, if they never attended it, then they would not show up in the in this thing in the database at all. So, yeah, that's not going to help. I wish. LampCon. I arrived too late to enter, so I could not attend. What? Are we sure it's not Lamp? Why did I eliminate LampCon? I'm trying to remember. I've already forgotten. LampCon. Arrived too late to enter, so I couldn't attend. Is it not LampCon? Let me just try this. LampCon. Lamps brought 6. Could have won one, but I was too late to enter, so I couldn't attend. Oh, I think I misunderstood. Yeah, okay. Neither of these conventions they attended. So I think it was LotionCon then, not Lamp. I think. Yeah. So this one does seem to make sense. Where they brought 9 dumbs, and there are 6 lamps here. And we can also confirm. Let's save this table. Call it result 2. I just want to check. Oh, it actually has a whole history here. I want to check the maximum. It was 9 for LampCon. So, yeah, they wouldn't have won. They went to LampCon with 6. That was not enough. So they did not win. Okay, so I think I misunderstood this first statement. I think I was assuming that they had it, but they would show up in the database. But because they did not attend, they don't show up in the database. So now I have too many windows open. We can actually we could be a little cheeky here and try to join the attendees table as well. Let's see if I can do this. Join a comma here, so we can do attendee. Maybe I'll do it this way. I'll do attendees A, and then dumbcon D, column LampCon L, and then I also have to add this to the conditions. So, hold on. Oh, where's my? We just do an and. So I can do something like this. The attendee ID.id is the dumbcon attendee _ID, and the a.id is the where dumbs brought is 6 or is 9. Okay, so this gives me those two, but I need to also add the lamps brought clause, which is 6. Gordon Duran. Let's arrest him. I wonder what happens if this is wrong. I wonder what happens. I wonder what happens to my career, or whatnot.
Well, well, well. Since the perp was more than 15 minutes late to check out of the room, I think a prison sentence of 15 years or more sounds about right. And hey, you solved this fast enough so the victim still needs to pay taxes. The Minor Crimes Division wins again. Oh, now that you've gotten the hang of things, I've also removed your internet access restrictions. You might need it for this next case. Now, I hope you're not squeamish, because this case is something else. It's hard for me to even think about without wanting to throw up, but given what you've seen already, I think you're ready for this one. It involves war crimes. Happened in a local restaurant downtown. The suspect left a threatening photograph of his deed at the crime scene. There was a waitress who witnessed everything. The poor gal. She was shaken, but we managed to get her testimony. She also gave us a list of every customer that visited that day, as well as the restaurant's business card, if we needed any more information. Hopefully, these clues should help. I gotta say, given what just happened, I don't think I'll be eating anytime soon.
So the narrator has again, given the theme of the over dramatization here. I'm starting to now wonder what exactly is this war crime that happened here. It's probably something really ridiculous. A photograph. Okay, so we have internet access. I'm gonna actually want to let's read the instruction manual first. I want to see what we're gonna probably need here. Oh, here it is. Group by. And personally for me, group by always tends to confuse me a little bit because it can get a little finicky, but let's read through this. Group activities. In the previous chapter, you might be disappointed that aggregation functions only gave us a single value across an entire column. Fear not. Although disappointment is a feeling us database detectives know well, this is a rare occurrence where our disappointment is actually unfounded. Group by allows us to merge all rows which share a common column value into a single row. This allows us to find the results of aggregate functions for each unique value within the grouped column. For example, let's say we wanted to find the age of the oldest member in each family, represented by their last name. This is what that query would look like. So we do have an aggregate function. We're combining it with a group by. Honestly, I remember learning about group by in like traditional like university classes and stuff. And I always I've always felt like their explanation was too mathematical. Like there's a lot of set theory, like those Venn diagrams, a lot of mathematical symbols and equations. I kind of like this explanation for like the visualization here is really good. Honestly, whoever made this game they should probably write a book on this. They'd probably do pretty well in like a intro to sequel sort of book or something like that. So this one, all the Bowens, Leonards, and Reeds are combined here. Also other ones too. You can imagine the group by statement squishing the rows that are being grouped like a pancake, leaving nothing but that grouped column and the results of aggregate functions behind. This keyword comes directly after from and where. Believe it or not, you can actually group multiple columns together. For example, if we were trying to find the combination of ice cream flavors people enjoyed the most, we could group by flavors 1 and flavors 2 and find the average rating for each pair. For most of your time as a database detective, though, you'll probably just need to group a single column. There seems to foreshadow there must be at least one puzzle or case that we're going to deal with that requires grouping by multiple groups. Oh, there's a big warning here. What's this? You cannot, warning, you cannot select ungrouped and unaggregated columns when your query contains aggregate functions or a group by. In the implementation of SQL used by CopOS, whenever you use aggregate functions or group by, any selected column that isn't grouped or aggregated will result in a random value. For example, the query below will give us a random value for the first name column as it's not in a group by or part of an aggregate function. For a detailed explanation for why this happens, take a look at the last page of this chapter. I'm curious. That is not... there are no professional SQL language variants, like I talked about MS SQL or any of that does such a thing. So this is something that the game devs have explicitly put in here. I'm very curious of why they did it this way. But it does kind of make sense. This is kind of an undefined value, like, right? Because you're aggregating over you're grouping by last name, aggregating over age, where the first name doesn't really, like, how would you put in first name? Because all these entries would be switched. Which first name would it choose, right? Oh, maybe it's just choosing one of these randomly? I think that might be what is happening here, I should say. Order by. Order by is a lot more easy to understand. It's basically the order of how the results come in. Another way to find the largest or smallest value in a table without aggregates is by using the order by statement, which sorts by a table based on a specified column. This keyword comes at the very end of the query. So this one orders families by age, ascending. There's also descending order. You have to add the DESC or desk keyword here. Math. Oh no, I hate math. You might be excited to learn that we can put math inside of our queries. Math expressions can be used in any condition, including inside aggregation functions. This means we can use math anywhere we use a column name. As of this chapter, you'll only need to use math in the select and where statements. Here's an example of a query using math in both the select and where statements. This query results in all sums of column 1 and column 2 that are less than 10. Okay, I probably have to use that at some point here. Too many table icons on your desktop, delete them. Okay. And you can also do the math inside of the brackets of an aggregate function. Okay. And you can see the math operators there. These four make sense, but the one that people may not be so familiar with is modulo. There's actually an explanation for it here. The modulo operator acts like a divisor, but instead gives the remainder after the division step is over. For example, 30 modulo 8 results in 6, as 8 can cleanly fit into 30 3 times with a remainder of 6. One example of when this operator is useful is if you want to know whether a number is even or odd. If a number is even, then that number modulo 2 results in 0, as even numbers must be cleanly divisible by 2. I've also seen this in my programming experience. Modulo is definitely useful when you're listing things, or like when you go on websites where you're trying to select through a bunch of posts or a bunch of things, and there's like pagination. Basically different pages, so you want to go from page 1, page 2, page 3 of a bunch of listed results. Modulo does come into play there. Oh, important thing about division precision. There's an important detail about how SQL handles division. Division works differently between numbers without decimal places, whole numbers, than with numbers with decimal places. For example, 1 divided by 100 results in 0, since 100 fits into 1 0 times, but 1.0 divided by 100 results in 0.01, Since 1.0 has a decimal place, we're telling SQL that the result can have decimal places. In other words, if you're getting unexpected results from dividing two numbers, you might need to add a decimal place somewhere. Okay. This is basically, I think, in computing terms, there's integers, which have no decimal places, and there's also floating or double point numbers. If you don't specify a decimal place, it'll assume it's, I guess in this case, this SQL will assume that you're only dealing with integers or whole numbers. Other functions, the power function. That's an X. I've never really needed to use exponents in SQL queries, but I guess it's there. There's also a square root function. I haven't found use for these functions yet, but I'm sure the time will come. Interesting. If you're a fan of groups, I would highly recommend joining the Database Detectives with Depression and Severe Alcoholism support group. We started this group by asking ourselves what every database detective has in common, and it turns out the answer is unrelenting sadness and despair. I'm just going to put this out there. The person who made this game, it's like as a solo developer. I'm assuming that they probably worked as a database developer or detective earlier in their life. I'm guessing they're talking from personal experience here about how depressing their job was. I don't know. Or I'm really curious about this part though. Super optional supplemental information. So why doesn't it work when you select ungrouped and unaggregated columns when your query contains an aggregate function or group by? Let's first look at a simple aggregate query like the one on the left. The result of this query will be a table with one row containing the sum of all column 1 values. Straightforward, okay. With that in mind, with only a single row in the result table, what should column 2 in the query to the right result in? The answer isn't exactly clear because you're only returning one single row. If this is the example table, it doesn't really make sense to choose one of these column 2 values over another. Oh, it actually tells you it's SQLite. Ah, that makes a lot more sense. I forgot about SQLite. So I was talking about different SQL implementations. SQLite is also one. SQLite is particularly special, and it's also it's used in a lot of places. It's one of the ones that is entirely file based. So you could, well, I guess it's not exactly true, but it's not a tradition. The SQLite is not a traditional database that most people think about, because all the other ones like MS SQL, MariaDB, and Postgres, they're like, you actually install the software and they're, all the data is stored on files, but it's not like, it's not readily available to you. It's all in sort of a binary format. Whereas SQLite, all you really need, it's very lightweight. All you really need is just the one SQL database file, and you're done. You can basically just read and write from the file if you have the right libraries and such. So that explains a lot. SQLite resolves this by giving us the column 2 value from the last row it looked at when it finished calculating the aggregate function. To us, this column 2 result might as well be random, as its value depends on the exact behavior of how SQLite executes the calculation of aggregate functions. So what this means is we don't know how SQLite reads the rows when it's calculating the aggregate function. So it could read from, I don't know, like the last one and then up to the first one, or it could go first to last, or maybe it does some other order. We don't know. So that basically it's telling us, treat this as random. It could be any of them. It could be any of those rows. The same logic holds true for grouped columns. When you use a group by, your query says that you only want one row per grouped column value. If you're selecting an ungrouped and unaggregated column during this, SQLite doesn't know which column value within the group to choose. So his SQLite will just choose the last column value looked at as it finishes processing the group. I'm glad they put this explanation here. It's kind of cool. That's a long chapter, I have to say. All right. Oh, I've completely forgotten about the case here. It's a war crime. Haha. I see now. I see now. I see the developer has a certain opinion that pineapples should not ever be on pizza. However, there are those like me who love pineapple pizza. Actually, here in Canada, we call it Hawaiian. I guess we'll just agree to disagree. It's funny. Okay, so there's our crime. Oh, also not eating the crust on your pizza? Come on. That's the real crime. Pizza and slices. Fruit and pizza in one place. Free napkins and straws. Pizzaslices.net. Okay. We have internet access. I wonder if there are any Easter eggs here. Can I go to Google? Nope. Okay. I could put some really sus websites too, but I won't do that. So, pizzaslices.net. There's also testimony. But let's look at this first. Slices. Sweet and savory, succulent fruit, delicious pizza. See if your order for today is ready. Check your order number here. Oh, it just downloads the whole order table. Okay. Oh, I see. This place sells fruit and pizzas. It's like a grocery store. One of those fruit and vegetable grocery stores, but in this case, just fruit. Or you buy a pizza. Also, that's very cheap pizzas. Like $2 for a mushroom pizza. Usually, nowadays, when I buy pizzas, it's like $20 or something. Okay. So definitely not the most user-friendly thing, because when you expect clicking this, you probably go to a form and you probably like maybe type in your number or something like that. This just gives you all the orders, which is feels like a privacy violation. Tipping is mandatory, but did you tip enough? Click on the tip jar to compare. There's a tips table. Okay. Minns Road at Capstone Street. Warning, putting pineapple on pizza is illegal and considered a war crime. Okay. Huh. So I guess those are the other two tables there.
Yes, I saw it.
Oh.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Pineapple and pizza? Together? I don't know his name, but he's been here a few times before, and I remember him since he always leaves the lowest percentage tip every time he pays. But this takes it to another level.
Interesting. Lowest percentage tip. And this is, we're going to have to do some division here then. We're going to need to calculate their tip percentage. We have the price of what they paid and the price of how much they tipped, but we don't know their percentage. Interesting. Okay. And we have customers. Okay. This one seems actually, there's not that many tables here, but there's a lot of, we have to do some math. I think that's pretty much the hard part of this case. So let's work with this. I'm gonna put customers up here. Let's see. Select star from. Really what we need to figure out the orders and tips first. So let's do orders O. Tip and join tips T. On O, the order number equals T, the order number. This should just join tables together. Yep, okay. And then we're looking for the percentage. So, and that's going to be done with the select statement. So let's do order number. Does the item purchased matter? It might matter because again they would have had to in order to do the crime they would need to buy 2 items. Yeah, and you can see some of these you can see some of these orders actually have multiple items. So what kind of that's definitely pineapple, but what kind of pizza is this? Pepperoni? Seems like pepperoni to me. So I think right away we can eliminate all of the suspects here. Where item purchased, I guess it would be O, that item purchased, is they've taught us the and statement, but they haven't taught us the or statement yet. Let's do pepperoni pizza first. Oh, there's no underscore. There's a space, which is a little odd, but okay. Okay, lots of pepperoni pizza orders. Does it support or? Pineapple. Yeah, there it does support or. That makes sense. Okay, so we have all these. And we're looking for the lowest tip percentage. Dollars tipped. I'm guessing the tip, because the weird thing is usually a tip, when you do a full order of various items, you take the... Oh, wait. The one thing that is confusing me here is the tip amount that we're seeing here is that on the order entire? I think it's on the entire order. So actually, for example, this order here, which seems to be 17336, 2 pineapples. The tip is $1.26. I don't think it's $1.26 twice. It is $1.26 total. So this is actually... Maybe I'm doing this wrong. This might be a very weird way of... It's the actual full price of this is actually $3. Hence why we probably need to use the group by function. So, with this thing, I can group by order number, but then I need to... How do I combine? I guess it'd be the sum, right? Let's try this first. Let's do group by O.order number. And then I'm going to do the sum of their price. Oh, okay. But now I've lost all my order numbers. Can I... Oh, yeah, I need the order number. I think this... so again, I can't use... I need to be careful here. I can only... because I'm now using group by, I can only use columns that are being aggregated with these functions or the group by column itself. So this should now... Oh. Oh. There we go. So now, yeah, and you can see now that that one order I saw, 17,336, $3 total. So we have now the total amount of their order with all the items accounted for. So that's good. And these are all the ones that have... Now the problem here is we're including all the item. This does not this list can include orders that have pepperoni pizza and pineapple in the entire order in the full order, but it also includes orders that just have pepperoni pizza and just have pineapple. So this is this one's a bit iffy. $3. We can... Did they say...
Yes, I saw it.
He always leaves the lowest percentage tip every time he pays. So possibly... It's possible that we maybe, even though we don't have all, we're not specific to the orders that have pepperoni pizza and pineapple, but maybe we can discern the lowest tip percentage anyway from this. The only issue is there might be a low... How do I phrase this? The guy he bought pepperoni pizza and pineapple, and he has a pretty low tip percentage. But what if there's someone who tips even lower than him, and they only bought pizza or pineapple? I don't know. This is where the SQL queries get a lot more highness. They get a lot more complicated. Let's calculate the tip percentage though. So this is the sum of the order. We've joined the tips. Let's close customers. We don't need that right now. We're trying to find... We do have order number here. Okay. Can I select dollars tipped here? So, oh, okay. So it's giving me the warning. Now the thing is, this might be okay because we've seen the dollars tipped. When we did the join before we did all this, the dollars, like for example, how do I explain this? Let's say you have two items in the order. The dollars tip was the same, right? The $1.26. So as long as actually you see it right there, the $1.26 there. If we assume that column is that number is always going to be the same, then I think this is fine because it can just choose either of those numbers randomly. It'd still be the same number, right? So maybe this is okay? $3.126. So now the question is trying to calculate. We need to calculate the tip percentage. So that's going to be. Can I do something like this? Price. Does that seem correct? I don't think so. Hold on. 0.3. That's wrong. That's not 84%, right? Like some of these are correct, but this one isn't. $0.26 divided by 3 is not 84%. Oh, I think I'm getting myself confused here. I think the issue with this one is it's because the way the orders table is organized. This is not the orders is not really the accurate description. This really should be named items because it's really a list of items in each order, right? But thing is, when you're working with actual real life databases, sometimes you do run into a situation like this where whoever designed the database table in the first place did it like this, and you have to live with it. So you can't really fix the data. Well, I guess you can query it, but you can't really, it's very difficult to try to change it into a different format. It's a lot of work to do that. I feel like I'm doing this wrong because this is, we can already tell that this is, yeah, this is wrong. That's 84%. We're looking for the lowest tip amount. So maybe minimum? Oh, actually, you can actually see some tip amounts are larger than the sum of the amount of the item purchased. Like this is a, what is this? It's 122% tip. That makes no sense. Yeah, I feel like I'm doing this wrong. We can go back to this. So that sums everything for us. I think what I need to do is save this table. Make this simpler. So if I were to do, yeah, I need to save this table and then run queries off this one. I think that's what I need to do. So this one excludes all the item purchased, but it does at least, we know that it's only, pepperoni pizza and pineapple. Yeah. I just want to double check also, is it correct? Sorry, I'm just going to do, let's save the table. So let's do this. I can also rename the table into something else. Let's call this order totals. Yeah, let's do that. Actually, what does it... Oh, I should I should probably label these columns properly before I do this. Hold on. Apparently when you delete a table, you shoot it out of existence. It's a choice sound effect to use there. Yeah, here we go. So as the total, and so this, there we go. Yeah, let's save that. Order totals. I just want to double check this is correct though. I want to, just for my own sanity, I'm just going to look in the orders table. And then let's do order number equals 14447. So this order was... What? Oh. Oh, that's not gonna work. Shoot. Because while this table is including just only pepperoni pizza and... Okay. We're excluding some of the items that could have been used in the tip amount. Okay, I've been doing this wrong. I think what we need to do is, I think at the end, once we have the order numbers we have, then we filter on which ones have pepperoni pizza and pineapple. So that's actually at the last step. So I've been doing this wrong. I've been kind of getting ahead of myself. So these where statements, gone. Let's get rid of them. Deleted. So now we have something like this. I'll save it. And then and now I can do a little check here. Let's do, I don't know, something like, actually let's do 1447 now. So if I do this one, this should add up properly now. So $7.50, $1.75 plus $2.25, that's about $4. $5.50, yep, $7.50. So there we go. So now with the order totals table, I need to calculate. Now we can join on this. So we can do from, we'll do order totals. O. Join on the tips table T on O dot order number equals T dot order number. Okay. And then from here we can do our math. So now we can do, actually, let's do O dot order number T dot, what's the tip? Dollars tipped. And then the third column will be our calculation, which will be it would be the O dot total, nope, T dot dollars tipped divided by O dot total. There we go. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. So, and now we're looking for the lowest amount. I guess at this, oh, actually we can't because we only have the totals. We don't have the items purchased. But we're looking for a very low tip amount. So maybe we can just simply do min. Does this work? Nope. not in a group by or... So this gives us an order number. There's only one result. But it might not be the right one. No, again, no, I think the warning told us that this order number could be random. So this might not be it. We could look it up here. 25047. Well, this guy did buy a lot of pepperoni and pineapple pizza. It might be the answer. I mean, I could try arresting him and see what happens. Like, if we want to just go straight to the end here. So, I don't know. I don't even know where. Select star from customers where order number is 25047. Jerome McDermott. Let's just try. This is a wild guess. It's possible this is probably not the right answer. Oh, okay. We got him in the end.
We got him. That war criminal is now rotting behind bars where he belongs. I'll never understand why people like him commit these disgusting acts of terrorism. What do they want? To send a message? Well, I already know. The world is a cruel, unforgiving place. How did you enjoy the internet, by the way? I'm sure you've noticed that there's no misinformation on there. That's because we've made it illegal. But believe it or not, occasionally some ne'er-do-wells feel the urge to spread untruths, like on our great leader Zoran's own website. As of today, we've managed to track down almost everyone who defamed our great leader there this month, but there's still one individual that evades us. It's mostly because our seismic photon triangulation processing unit, the device we used to track people down, stopped working, so we were only able to discover that our suspect's IP address starts with a 10. Luckily for you, though, we store the internet history from all IP addresses, so somewhere in there is a list of every website the suspect visited, as well as the date and time they were accessed. You should be able to use this information to find this scoundrel. You can view the defamatory message through the admin page on our great leader Zoran's website, so I'll give you the login details for that. And while you're there, why don't you leave him a positive review? Huh? I'm sure our great leader will appreciate it.
I don't know about you, I'm getting a lot of Papers, Please vibes from this. Also, or similarly, I used to play this game. I actually streamed it on my old alt account, which I will not mention quite yet. Maybe at some point. But I played it. There's another set of games called Orwell. Orwell, and also Orwell. Ignorance is. What is it called? Ignorance is. What's the phrase? Ignorance is. Not bliss. Ignorance is strength. Yeah, sorry. I completely forgot that. Yeah, there are two games that they made, which was very... I'm getting the same sort of vibe here, where in Orwell, and in Papers, Please, you're actually an agent of an authoritarian state. Though in Papers, Please, you're more just a border guard, so you didn't have that much power, and you were paid a pittance. But in Orwell, you actually were you're trying to look up people's information, basically violating their privacy in order to, figure out what's going on, but also protect the state, or you could at least choose to do so. And this is starting to get a little dark here because it seems like we're moving in that, or at least we're being tasked with more responsibilities along these lines. So already we have, from this transcript, we already have a clue. The IP address starts with a 10. Let's read the manual first again, because I think things... Okay, this one's a very short chapter, thankfully. Oh, the halving statement. This one can be quite complicated. Having fun. Everyone knows about the iconic duos of peanut butter and jelly, salt and pepper, macaroni and cheese, and the Los Angeles Police Department, and not committing police brutality. Ha. It's strange that Sequel's own iconic duo isn't as well known. The keywords group by and having. Sorry, I had to burp there. Having. Much like the where statement, the having statement filters out rows that don't meet the given conditions. Oh, I would have... That would have been useful when we were doing the last puzzle, the last case. Because then I could have grouped by order number and then having... Well, actually, I shouldn't do that. Actually, never mind. I should not need to do that in that case. What makes this keyword different is that having is applied after column values are grouped, meaning we can have conditions that include aggregate functions. Here's an example of a query using the families table from the previous chapter. So, select last name, max age. So we're grouping families that having a max age less than 85. I see. So from... It's basically like a where statement for group bys. Yeah. Because this is what the result would have been without having. And then this is the result with having. To state the difference clearly, where statements filter individual column values, while having statements filter aggregate function values. I like that distinction. Cool. Holy Zoran, that was the last keyword you'll need to know. Okay, there might be more keywords that you'll learn in the next chapter, but what you've learned so far covers most of what you'll need for a long, healthy career as a database detective. This is not something to be proud of. I'm kind of wondering what the last two chapters are. It's either more kinds of joins or something else. I'm trying to think of what other keywords are out there. All right, let's get our clues out. Only one clue. rateyourdictator.gov/admin. Oh. Extremely high security here, I see. Let's head on over. Actually, if I just go to the site itself, what happens? Just without the admin login. Rate your favorite dictator. Zoran. Oh, this looks very... I mean, the red color is giving me a lot of communist vibes here. Overall ratings: leadership 5 stars, economy 5 stars, humility 5 stars, responsible for the 1993 Yugoslavian massacres. No. Wow. Your reviews: Zoran supporter. I can't believe Zoran eliminated crime and lung cancer overnight. We need more leaders like him. Best dictator ever, LeMayo. I like him. He reminds me of my uncle, who is a good person and donates to charity a lot. Zoran was not responsible for what happened in 1993 in Yugoslavia. He was only elected 5 years before that, so he wouldn't even have time to plan it out. When I received my conscription letter, I cried tears of joy. My entire life I waited for this chance to support Zoran's eternal regime, and finally the time has come. If you still think Zoran was responsible for what happened in 1993, you need to read If I Did It by Zoran himself. Shows that it was not his fault. Circular logic there. I never go to bed hungry, for even when there is nothing in my stomach, there is still the love and passion I have for Zoran and our wonderful nation. I don't even know why saying anything bad about Zoran is illegal. No one has anything bad to say anyways. He is human beings perfected. As a Yugoslavian, what happened in 1993 wasn't our fault, not Zoran's. Oh boy. I want higher taxes, please. Zoran deserves this and our support. He will use my money better than me. The fact that Zoran gets 100% of the vote every election tells you all you need to know about him. And it's that we all love and support him. Zoran can do no wrong. I mean, he banned lung cancer. Lung cancer. The world's most nefarious villain, not counting Yugoslavia. I wonder what I should say here. He's cool, I guess. Uh-oh. Thanks for submitting your positive review. We'll take a close look at what you wrote. Uh-oh. I think the cops are about to come by. Well, no, wait, I'm a cop. I'm gonna review my review. Alright, admin, 1, 2, 3. Aha. These are all of the suppressed reviews now. I can take a look behind the curtain here. Flagged reviews report all negative and neutral reviews. I wish I could have more food to feed my family. Zoran, please listen. I have never seen Zoran in real life before. Does someone else rule over Calazorania in his shadows? No complaints, no compliments either. Do not forget Zoran's crimes. Do not forget Yugoslavia. Do not forget what he did to us. Zoran has ruled over Los Zorangelos for exactly half my life and exactly nothing has improved. Overall, he is okay. Under investigation. 7-Eleven was actually an outside job. Zoran only claimed it wasn't to gain legitimacy. Never forget. Zoran isn't perfect, but who is? Even for every review must be perfect, it seems. Otherwise you're gonna get caught by the Secret Service. Or Secret Police, I should say. Though, nowadays the Secret Service kind of operates like the Secret Police. So this table shows us... What am I looking at here, actually? So we have a bunch of dates here. Okay. And their IP address begins with a 10. Oh, all of them begin with 10, so that doesn't help us at all. All right. How am I supposed to do this? Hold on here. Somewhere in there is a list of every website the suspect visited. Okay, so this is basically everybody's web searches. I see. And we're looking for... So it's clear someone that it must have come... It has to be one of these people. They must have visited rateyourdictator.gov. And I guess we have to match the date visited. But we're trying to find a single person, right? Yeah, we're trying to arrest a single person. Oh, is it the... It's this guy. This is the person we're investigating. I see. So it's this one. 1998-0624. So let's try to whittle this down a little bit. Star from web searches, where date visited is 1998-0626. Okay, that actually whittles it down quite a bit. It's not realistic because, I mean, well, actually, I guess it is because the internet access in this country or whatever this Los Angeles is highly restricted. So maybe this is actually the only, in one whole day, these are the only internet searches that, or internet accesses that ever happened. And we can see, wait, it can't be that easy. There's only one. Search history equals rateyourdictator.gov. Oops. Oh, I need to. Okay. Oh. We have their IP address now. But we don't. Oh, this is. Oh. Oh, this is a very interesting case then. I have their IP address now. Now I need to sort of go backwards a little bit, find all the other sites they've visited, and then go visit those sites and figure out who they are, because we have no idea. Oh, this is fun. Okay, so let's let me save this table, just so I have an idea. So I have at least an idea of what the address is. So I'll just call this. Or I guess I should. Actually, I don't need to save it. I can just write the address here. I haven't actually used this notepad. I should actually make more use of it. So the address is 10-239-143. Oh, actually, can I copy this? Yeah, oh, I can just paste it there. So I don't need this table then. Then now I can just do, let's filter on the address itself. This is a string, so it has to be like in quotes like this. Okay. We've got a lot of... They've actually visited the Rate Your Dictator site a few times. And... Oops. Oh, I've lost my... I wanted to check the date again, but Dictator... June 24th. June 24th. So it would have been... What? Oh, no. Yeah, no, June... Where is it? Did I do something wrong here? Hold on. Oh. Oh, I put in the wrong... Oh, I'm so dumb. I put in 26. I put in... It's the wrong date. I have the wrong IP address. Oh, okay. Now that makes more sense. Now there's only... Oh, no. There's 4 possibilities here. Okay, so it is not as simple as I thought it would be. So, okay, so web searches June 24th. It could be any of these addresses. Yeah, I think it would be too easy if it was just one address, though I guess it would be still pretty difficult. Do I have to investigate all 4 of these? This is it's kind of annoying. Let's go through each one of them. So maybe their search history is not that extensive. So IP address is, let's do this one first. Actually, I'll just copy this one here. Ugh. Now they've been busy. What does the message say? Zoran has ruled over Los Angeles for exactly half my life, and exactly nothing has improved. Half my life. So something... We need to know the age of the person and then figure out based on the day. Ah. So I'm noticing there's jimsbirthday.net. I'm just really curious actually about all these other websites. Let's do helpme.net. Looking for help? If you have relationship problems, family troubles, gambling issues, puzzle game frustrations, send your worries to thomassue@gmail.com. This is my real email address. Please don't send anything weird. Oh, why did you put this in here, Thomas? This is Thomas D. Sue. Okay. Smoothieworld.net. Unlock life's potential with a few ingredients. Magic potions are real. They're called smoothies. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to be... I might not solve this case today. Because I'm going to be too enthralled with browsing the web. Our story. Zorb Stevens, Smoothie World founder. Many are surprised to hear that I was not always an intergalactic, multidimensional telepathic life form. That I was once like them. It's true. I was celebrating my 40th birthday alone when aliens beamed me up to the sky and told me how to make life-changing smoothies. It is with this knowledge that I had transformed into who I am today, selling my special ingredient mix Nut Up for all those who want a better future. Happiness smoothie, bioflavonoids? Oh boy. This mixture of nutrients surges through to the cerebral cortex to provide feelings of non-stop natural bliss and comfort. The smoothie of love. This nutrient blend amplifies pheromone and personal charisma generators, increasing the likelihood of others falling in love with you to 100%. Wealth smoothie. This smoothie dulls the feelings of empathy, allowing the large accumulation of wealth without feelings of guilt. Wow. Click here to see how Nut Up compares to other foods. Oh, it's a table. Interesting. Somehow I feel like this might be relevant for another case. Let's go into that one. Grams. Drink at most 1 smoothie per month. Results might start to appear after 12 months. Side effects might include death or even worse, a painful death. Okay. All right. Errandboy.com and an order here. Errandboy. I'm your errand boy. Live in Los Angeles, I'll deliver. Need dinner? Need snacks? Need groceries? Credit card number? Okay. Wonder if it's maybe a future case we'll have to go into the admin of Errand Boy and look up orders and stuff. I don't have a car, but I'm fast. Can I look up this specific order, actually? Ah, delivered. View your order. Please be fast. I need this for all my monthly smoothie. You can find all these ingredients at the local grocery store, I think. Oh, it's a table. Oh, with all the items. I see. Cool. Huh. I feel like this case has opened up the world building quite a bit, but it's all in websites. So I'm like getting a real interesting sense of like all the different businesses and you know how this city works basically. Select your star asterisk. Find your special someone in just a single query. How it works. Each month we compile a short list of fun questions and get hot and single people from Los Angeles to answer them. All you have to do is select the person you like the most. This month you'll find Stephen Raphael. If you like bad boys, you'll love Stephen. Sometimes he submits his taxes just one day before they're due. Other times he takes water bottles out of the recycling bin and puts them into the garbage can, which somehow isn't illegal. Oh, he also loves long walks on the beach and donating to charity. Maria Ada. Maria is one of the world's most wanted, romantically. She simply chooses not to leave Los Angeles because she likes the city so much. She also loves candlelight dinners and requests that you not ask where she was stationed in 1993. In Yugoslavia, huh? Favorite food. What is this? Stars. There's questions and... Oh, I see. These are answers to these three questions. Food, movie, what do you want most in life right now? That's a lot of people there. Wow. I find it weird that in such a... It is worth noting that in such a highly restricted... Like where information is supposed to be, you know, locked down and not... and everything's opaque and not transparent. In the places where you can download data, you just download everybody's whole entire tables. It's kind of weird. Okay, there's a lot of websites here. I'm starting to tire a little bit. But let's go to frogblog.net. Welcome to my blog. This blog is about frogs and also other members of the frog family. What the heck is... Okay, I'm not going to read all this. It's getting a bit much now. Frog facts, member comments. Interesting. Salamanders. Sicilians. If you love frogs and want to be a member of the Frog Blog, leave a message here. Your application to become a Frog Blog member must include the following details. Why you love frogs, the username and password you want. Applications will be reviewed after 7 days, so come back by then to see if you've been accepted. Like, to be fair, I like the amount of detail they've put into the game with all these websites, but I feel like I'm getting so off track of my actual case here, right? But I guess this kind of makes sense. Like this would be the same sort of thing, you know, actual investigators. Like if you worked at a spy agency or something, or at a police department. Or if you're a detective, basically, like you'd have to ream through all sorts of data and profiles and such to get where you want to go. MMDB. That sounds like an IMDb clone. Yep. Megacorp Movie Database. Midnight in Los Angeles, crime, murder, violence. Detective Moleman has seen it all. And now he returns in a new thrilling animated adventure, this time in the dark night of Los Angeles. Who dares stay past curfew? That's exactly what Detective Moleman is about to find out. Paul Movieson, Akira Watanabe, Emily Young. Movie data. I'm not going to download that. Top box office. Zoran, a humble man. Zoran, the genius teacher. Zoran, no leader stronger. For father and country, the birth of a superpower, under one man, great things have been accomplished. From fractured parliament to industrial powerhouse, witness the glory of Calazorania and feel the meteoric rise of this colossal state. Oh, so it's Calazorania is the state. I see. A must-watch for all, for father and country. And silent walking. Even though it's over, we still see them everywhere. On the streets, on the crosswalks, in our memories. In this haunting documentary, take a look at the lives affected by the jaywalking tragedy of '95 and hear the stories from the victims themselves and how they're dealing with the rise of jaywalking across the city. So there's a login page. This person seemed to have... not sure if they actually logged in, but... Profile Ribbit78. Just a girl who likes movies. Frogs 2, Return of the Frogs. Honestly, the only clue that we have, just again as a reminder, is they've lived in Zorangeles for half their life. And let's open another browse. So far, I've not seen any sort of hints at age for who this is. I guess I'll keep looking here. Next is Jim's birthday. This one seems... this was on the same... they visited on the same day as the review on the 24th, so that this might... oh. If you're reading this, you're invited to Jim's birthday bash, 716 Middens Road, apartment 4, September 23rd, 1998, 3 o'clock. Everyone's favorite food will be here. Cheeseburgers, fried chicken, chicken soup, falafels, falafels, hot dogs, PB&J, peanut bars, hummus, and carrots. What a very odd website. Also, September 3rd. Well, that's like three months away. Okay. What else? Okay, so that happened. Select your star. Oh, it's this website again. Okay. Actually, hold on. Select your star has ages in this, right? Okay, ages are here, but that doesn't... how does that help us, though? Because... we do need the age, but we don't know... we're looking for someone who's exactly... wait a minute. Hold on. The age could be anything. Age will help somewhat, but we're missing... particularly, we're missing when did Zoran come into power? right? We don't know that. I'll keep this table here just in case. It is, again, they visited this after they visited Rate Your Dictator, so maybe it might be relevant. Then they also went to molemanfans.net. This is the official Detective Moleman fan page. Which full moleman are you? Take your test to find out. Take our test to find out. Detective Moleman is the coolest. Do not do crimes or Moleman will find you. Ella, age 8. Fan art. Is at age 34. Okay. Click here for more fan art. They must have gotten a bunch of different artists to make some fan art there. Don't forget to support and watch the new Detective Moleman. Read my review on MMDB. My username is MolemanFan. Find out which Moleman best describes you. Do you respect the police? No. Are you allergic to peanuts? No. Evil Moleman. You like crime. Probably everyone does not like you. Okay, let me try some combinations here. I'm allergic to peanuts. Weak, pathetic Moleman. Other Molemen are ashamed to have you in their species. Wow. Okay, yeah, well, yes to police, but no to peanuts. Cool Moleman. You are strong and know what is best for society. Yes to yes. Weak Moleman. You're a weak but a good person inside. That's funny. Okay. And the rest of this... So based on this person's appears to be... Actually, I might have to make some notes here. Let's do something like this. I'm basically profiling each of these addresses. So this person seems to be... Actually, I'll put this here. So Ribbit78 on mdb.com. They were buying some smoothies. Outside of this, actually, what kind of result did they get from this? They got the weak, pathetic Moleman. Can't believe I'm profiling people like this. This means that they must have gotten the... They answered no to this first question. They don't respect the police. And they're allergic to peanuts. I don't know if this information is going to be relevant, but I'm just going to type it down just in case. Just in case. Because again, we might be able to make a connection if we look at some of the other stuff later on. And outside of that, they are also on Select Your Star. They have a profile on there. Okay. So I'll also note that down. Select Your Star profile. We don't know who they are yet, but it's useful that they're on there. Okay. So let's go on. I'm gonna move on to this address then. Okay, so I got so many tables here. Result 3, result 1. Let's get rid of that one. So this table is still everybody. Let me just double check what I This is the same table. Yeah, these are all the people who visited rateyourdictator.com on June 24th, 1998. So this is... I don't need to do that one. Okay. So we're doing 1060, 4215. Got some different websites here. Let's see. They check the Frog blog, Errand Boy, PotatoMan.com. Okay. No, that's... It reminds me of some of the websites in the 90s that are just animations like that. Okay. Moleman fans, they turned out to be an evil Moleman, which means... Okay, so... Don't respect police. Not allergic to peanuts. Okay. RateYourDictator.gov. That was on June 10th, so that's a bit earlier. Errand Boy again. They don't submit an order for Errand Boy. They just keep visiting the website for some reason. Placeholder.com. We hold your stuff in place. The place for shelves and drawers. Timmy Jim Jimmy, spokesman. Hire our intern. 50% with the code SmallShelfMan. 1-800 we hold it. I guess there's not much else to... I guess it is really a placeholder. There's not much going on there. And then the only other new website here is moonhoax.net. Oh no. Oh no. Has man ever been on the moon? The European Union says we haven't. They say that all of the money for the ESA goes to climate research and that their technology isn't advanced enough. Is that really the truth? No. Let's look at the proof. Was this saying that we did go on the moon? This might be reverse. This might be a reverse moon hoax. On June 13th, 1995, this photo appeared on the internet. Taken in southern France, it depicts the moon in the night sky and a blurred object moving towards it. According to the photographer, this object was speeding towards the moon at an incredible speed, almost as if it was trying to reach it. 6 months later, the ESA updated their logo, introducing a blue and yellow circle overlaid on top of each other. Do you know what else is a circle? That's right, the moon. What other reason do they have to update their logo to look like this? What events could have inspired them? Let's find the new... Oh, it's getting crazy now. Let's find the numerical representation of each number in the word moon. M equals 13, O equals 15, N equals 14. That means we have 13 plus 15 plus 15 plus 14 equals 59. Now let's do the same thing for ESA. 5, 19, 1. 5 plus 19 plus 1 is 25. Then we find the difference. 59 minus 25 is 34. What number is that? Keep this number in mind. That's a 3 and 4. How many letters does ESA have? 3. How many letters does the word moon have? 4. This cannot be a coincidence. So it's basically, yeah, it's a reverse moon hoax. They think, and I guess in this world, the ESA never went to the moon. Or actually, I guess no one ever went to the moon. That's interesting. And they're saying, no, we have been on the moon. Which is reversed from the usual hoaxes where, you know, clearly we've been to the moon, but a lot of people deny that. If I were the developer, and if I really wanted to make a fun joke, I don't know if they would be able to do it here, but considering I've seen a number of 6-7 jokes in a couple of games I've played recently, it would be really funny if they injected a 6-7 joke in here, but oh well. It would make a pretty good clip if that was the case. And speaking of, I need to, that 6-7 answer that I saw in Desktop Explorer, I need to go, I've been meaning to make a clip soon for that. Because it was just too funny, like, yeah. because there's that moment where I'm actually playing with the calculator, on the desktop, and I'm punching in all the sums, and when I see the number in the answer of the calculator, I'm like, there's like a full on 5 to 10 seconds before I scream in bloody hoarder. But so this person, I guess worth noting, they don't have as far as I can tell, no MMDD profile and no select your star profile. So I mean, it's still possible it might be this person, but there's nothing to necessarily incriminate them except that they don't respect the police and they're not allergic to peanuts. But yeah, not really anything conclusive here. Let's move on. So I'll close this one. Let's move on to the... Oh, I do need my query thing. Let's move on to this next person here. Actually, I think I'm gonna take a quick break here before we continue. So I'll be right back, actually, and we'll look at this person's profile. All right. Let's get back into the game here. So I'm trying to debate. I'm debating whether I should try to. I'm not sure how long this game is because we're at. I don't know if the manual aligns with how many cases there are in the game. And it sounds like some of these cases might take a while, especially these last ones. And especially this one's because I'm getting not necessarily sidetracked, but I'm learning a lot more. In some cases, I'm learning a lot more about the world that we live in, but also some of them are just kind of humorous, like this thing. So this one's probably going to take a while. Not even in terms of not even in terms of how much time the investigation itself is taking. So. So here, we looked up 103181. Definitely not so many sites. There's a new site here, legendsofnewhampshire.com. Sounds like is this League of Legends? It's certainly a game. Legends of New Hampshire, only 159.99, only hit 159.99. That's wow, what a deal. Set in the lush fantasy realm of New Hampshire, this new hit multiplayer gaming experience allows you to explore new worlds, the likes of which has never been seen before. Trade, battle, and complete quests side by side with your closest friends. Oh, and that's it. Okay, that's all there is on here. It's in stores. I remember playing a lot of these sort of browser games in the 90s. I never got into MMOs, but there were some browser games that are kind of like this. I think there was one that was called like Dragon Quest, or no, Dragon Court. That was a fun one. And honestly, I think I loved fantasy when I was a kid. I still do to an extent now, but I think a lot of those sort of experiences sort of shaped how like why I chose to be a dark elf cleric on the internet as my D&D character, basically. So okay, so I don't know why they would visit this site over and over again. It's kind of what there's not much you can do on the website. So Ranger Dictator, Errand Boy, Mole Man Fans, Smoothie World. Honestly, not really. Nothing conclusive from this one either. Honestly, the only one the first one that's the only one where we could actually get specific profiles, right? And this person didn't even go to the Frog website, or no, not the Frog website, the Mole Man website. No, no, they did go to the Mole Man website, but they didn't do the quiz. So nothing conclusive is my conclusion there. Let's look up this last guy. Whoops. Okay. Frog blog again. They all are also evil, so they also don't respect police and are not allergic to peanuts. Actually, this looks the same as... Oh, wait. Oh, it's the same guy. What am I looking at here? Hold on. Did I actually have... Is it actually only 3? Hold on. Actually, it might be the same person just visited twice. Oh, no, go away.
Hey!
Hey. It is. Okay, so this is... It's really just 3 people. So we're looking for somebody with this particular profile. Zoran has ruled over. So we need to figure out... Again, it's possible people lie on the internet, but let's... Just a girl who likes movies. You know, they say they're a girl, but they might not be. They've made a bunch of ratings. Some movie reviews. I don't have the login into the MMDB website. So these are their reviews. Is there a specific movie I need to look at here? Oh, you can actually look at other people's profiles here. Why do you have so many 10s? I like movies. Not 10s, I think. Why did you give a 10 to a movie directed by someone without a Megacorp medal? Shut up, that's literally my favorite movie. Directed by someone without a Megacorp. New Megacorp Medal Award winners. Celebrating all directors with a movie rated 8.5 or higher. So this is the general rating for the movie. But she rated... I guess... Let's filter out the movies with 10s. So let's do this. Use Rivet 78. Where rating equals 10. Oh, no. I keep clicking this guy. Go away. Okay, that's actually a lot of 10 movies. Actually, that's what they said in the comments. Let's save this table. I'm gonna do that. Let's rename this to movies. Call it movies 10. Yeah. Or maybe reviews 10 might be better. Reviews 10. Okay. So my guess here is maybe I need to go through the stars profiles. And then, because the questions, this must be their favorite movie, question 2. So I need to probably join this table with that and then find the ones that match. There's also their favorite food. Sorry, I have way too many windows here. Hold on. Close this one. I want to just check. Let me just see. Let me go back to her IP address. So it would be 252 address. And if we go to select, is there any other? I guess the question is there any other? The only other one is the errand boy order. And they did make a comment. Please be fast. I need this for my monthly smoothie. You can find all of these ingredients at the local grocery store, I think. Let me note this down. Unfortunately, I can't copy the text on the website. So Monthly smoothie. All ingredients from local grocery store. Sure. Oh, and we also have their order, which might be useful here. Not sure. I'll keep this downloaded, but I'm not sure of the relevance of this data here at the moment. It is unique to them though, so it might be worth, might come up later. So they did that. They have a profile. Why is this not? Oh, can I not? Oh, this notepad does not scroll. I was trying to type enter key, but it doesn't allow you to go past the end here, so I'll just do that for now. Errand boy, MD. Okay. Let's do a join. Let's okay, so the errand boy, select your star. They like frogs. They also submitted for membership to the frog website. And this was done at least 7 days ago, so they might already have a login. Oh, and we can also look up if they're they left some comments here. Ribbit78, I didn't know frogs had feelings. I will never eat animals again. Animals can follow categorical imperative. Well, another reason to not eat meat. Oh, they are possibly... does not eat meat. Yeah, that's an interesting fact. Okay. So we know I guess their username on this website is Ribbit78, so it's like all the other places. We don't know their password. Is there a login in here? Is there perhaps a login? No. Okay. Okay. I think it's time to do a join. Let's do a join. Or unless there's anything else in here. Oh, we also know they're allergic to peanuts. Allergic to peanuts. Does not eat meat. And they're invited to Jim's birthday. Okay. Let's make a new query. So we're going to... Oh shit. I forgot to... What I actually wanted to do is go to select your star and just look up the questions again, because I've forgotten already. So it's food, movie. What do you want most in life right now? I don't know about the third question, but at least based on the food, we can eliminate peanuts and meat to help filter this out. So let's do that. I'm gonna go to stars. Stars S. Join on the reviews 10 table. So you notice that 10 is part of the name of the table. That's valid. It's not an actual number. So we'll call that R. On. Okay. The key that we're joining on is a little unusual, but I'll deal with it here. So star or S dot Q2, the answer to the second question, is equal to the R dot title. So we're looking for matching any of these movies, basically. Which is a lot of them. Okay. I can probably filter out the select statement a little bit. It's a little noisy here. Let's do first S dot first name, S dot last name, phone number, age would probably be. Let's get their age. I haven't been able to call any numbers here. And then their first question and their second question. Oh, actually, and now that I actually think about it, the smoothie that they're ordering would give them one of these things, right? Oh, shoot. Okay, so I think the third question is relevant here. Okay, let's do this. That's a bit cleaner. I'm not going to make assumptions on their gender. Again, they say they're a girl, but again, they could be lying. But maybe that might be something. But again, how would you... There's no way to filter that out in the database because there's no gender column. I think that would have to be discerned by hand, like just looking at the names. But though again, sometimes you see some names that could be male or female. Okay, so these movies are here. So I'm trying to think how I should filter here. There's definitely a few foods like barbecue, meat pie, PB&J. Those can be eliminated. Guess we could do that. I wonder. Q1, let's see. S.Q1 is not barbecue. And S.Q1 is not. Shall make me like this. S.Q1 is not meat pie. And S.Q1 is not PB&J. There might be some other foods I'm missing, but at least those are the three that stand out to me. Mapo tofu is made out of meat, isn't it? Right? Also, some of these I don't know. Paella. Mussels is also an animal, too. And fish and chips are also animals, too. Actually, it might be a lot of things. Uh-oh. Maybe it's easier. Yeah. In this case, the number of different answers in question 1 are too varied. So trying to query that is probably not the most efficient way of doing this. I think I need to filter on question 3 first. I need to, and that would mean figuring out what exactly they were trying to order here. Let's go to the smoothie website. So back to here. And I'll go to Smoothie World. Let's read this. So based on the answer... Actually, let me bring this back up. My old query. Actually, this one. The possible answers on question 3 seem to be money, happiness, strength, and love. And so it's just 4 options. Money, happiness, strength, and love. So, money with the wealth smoothie. Happiness. Power, I guess, is strength. Yep, okay. So, happiness, strength, love, and wealth. I see. Okay, so we're kind of solving 2 different puzzles here. In order to figure out what she was going for, we're looking for which smoothie they were trying to go for. So I do need nutrition facts here. Oh, whoops. Recipes. Does not contain peanuts. Nut up. I'm a little confused about what this is. Selling a special ingredient mix, Nut Up, for all those who want a better future. Do these use Nut Up, or is this something else? Like, these don't really... I'm a bit confused. Okay, hold on. Let's minimize this one. Get rid of this one. Her order... Okay. So this ingredient, it's giving... I see. It's giving the... Oh no. Oh, I don't like this at all. Oh, this is terrible. Each of these ingredients, I need to match up with this and then break down how many... Like each of the bioflavonoids, like basically these 5, and then I'll add them up, and then I have to find the one that matches that mix of those 4 ingredients. Okay. All right. Let's see here. I think it's safe to say that we want to merge these 2 tables, so let's do... I'll leave this. Order 7-4. Let's do nutrition facts first. Nutrition facts N. Join order 74B8SO. And then oh, if I do this, oh, I need to do an on. Whoops. On item name, oh, I guess n dot item name equals o dot item name. Okay, need to clean it up a little bit. We don't care about the price and nor the shipping fee. Those are irrelevant to our query. We do care about the quantity purchased, so let's do this. Item name n.nutrient n.nutrient quantity o.quantity purchased. Okay. So now we have to do some math. And this is where it gets a little dicey, I think. We're trying to find basically the quantity times the quantity purchased, the nutrient quantity times the quantity purchased, which gives us a value, but then we also have to sum all of the bioflavonoids together, or each of these types of nutrients. So lots of group buying, I think. Group by and aggregate functions here. And we can also do math inside the aggregate function. We can do the 50 times, do this times this in the function. Group by nutrient. I'm just going to review how to use this group by. So you group by that, and you're looking for the sum of. So again, once we're using group by, we can't use some of. We can't select all these. We don't care about the item name anymore. And these ones we then. Oh, actually. We take these two and we do the sum of nutrient. Nope, not the sum. What are we looking for? We're trying to. No, we are looking for the sum. The sum of nutrient quantity times quantity purchased. So what it's going to do, at least I hope I'm getting this right. For each of these entries, it's going to multiply nutrient quantity times quantity purchased. So in this case, for NutUp, it's going to be 50 times 3, so it'll be 150 bioflavonoids. And then it's going to sum all of the bioflavonoids together because we're grouping them by that. Whoops. Group by after the from. Oh, group by is... Oh. What? Does it have to be exactly right after? That doesn't make any sense. Group by, do I have to say n.nutrient? Why doesn't it like this? Because so far these group buys have been done on a single table, but I'm doing a join here. Maybe it doesn't seem to like the join for some reason. Okay, let's make this a little simpler. Let's go back to not this query. Nope, wrong one. This one. Okay, with this query, I'm going to save this one. So save. So this I'm going to call. I don't know. I'm just gonna call it temp for now because I can't really think of a. Or actually, let's call it nutrients. Nutrients. Okay. So then, with this table in hand, I can close these two now. Now we can probably do this query here. So let's do this again. So nutrient, and then I'll do the rest in a sec. So from nutrients table, and then group by nutrient, singular. And then the sum of nutrient quantity times the quantity purchased. Oops, purchased. There we go. There's our answer. 325 bioflavonoids. Okay, so now we have to look up this website and find the matching smoothie. And that is 325. Okay, so both 325. It's not love. That's out. That's too low. The bioflavonoids is too low there. Okay. Also, I'm noticing these only count 4 of the 5, so I'm guessing the 5th one that's not included in each of these is irrelevant. So yeah. So bioflavonoids 325. So it could be any of these 3. Carotenoids. That's in range. This is... Oh, that's gamettoids. 220, 50. Wealth is out of the question because it's 260 milligrams, so no. Gamettoids. Not in this one. 215. Okay, that's still in range. Glutenoids. Oh, glutatenoids. 20 to 50. That's in range. 10 to 25. Happiness. Based on this, let me just double check. Based on this, it seems like she was going for happiness. Tacrol fall 20 to 50. Glutenoids 20 to 50. Okay, so yeah, happiness. So now we have to work our way back to this table. Let me just separate these. The nutrition stuff and the order stuff, that's over here. That's in its own little corner. Let's go back to this query, I think. So this query, oh no, this is, I'm trying to start eliminate. Actually, let's delete that from my history. So this one. Yeah. So this has no filtering whatsoever that's happening here. And we're looking for... We do want to filter on happiness now. So... where... S.Q3 is happiness. Now this will filter, this will whittle it down, but I don't think it's going to be enough. We still have quite a few different candidates here, though I am seeing a lot of meat and animals actually. So oh, also we're missing... Hold on. mmdb.com. Movie data? Oh, okay, hold on. We have a movie database as well. And I'm going off the comment that they made. Oh, I wish I had hit browser history here. Shit. I want to go to their profile. Crap. Here it is. Ribbit 78. So she gave a 10 to a movie directed by someone without a Megacorp medal, which means that, okay, so that means her rating of 10, if I can find it here. Yeah, this one. So this result, these are all the movies. Okay, so let's review. These are all the movies that she has rated 10 because, and it's her favorite, and these are, one of these is her favorite movie, is one of her favorite movies, or her favorite movie, period. And she also answered the question, the third question, with happiness. Now we're trying to still match. We can start matching over. Again, I think question 1 will match at the end because there's too many different foods there. But with this one, we're trying to find a movie that matches one of these, but the rating is less than 8.5. So I'm going to actually, let's save this table. Oh, I can enter a table name. I'll call this one temp because this one's a weird one. So we have our temporary table. And then I'm going to, from temp T, join it with the movies table M on, in this case it's the title. So T.question2 is the movie's title. So this should give me, oh, select needs to be, I need to be also, there's a lot of extraneous data here. Let me see if I can, T.first name, T.last name. I guess the age isn't really coming into play here, but I'll keep including it. T.question2, T.question3. And then on the movie side, we're looking for, I guess, yeah, genre, year, month. I haven't seen any sort of, does she prefer certain genres? Maybe this is irrelevant. I think the director might be relevant too. Year might be, all these might be relevant. I think it's just the rating. So let's just do rating. So M, actually T, oh, okay. We already have the title in question 2, so this is fine. So M.rating. Okay, so that's all combined there. And now we have to filter for rating is 8.5 or higher. So it is 8.5 inclusive. So if it's exactly 8.5, it wins a medal. So it has to be strictly less than 8.5. Which gets us to here. So again, movies that she rated 10, but the general rating has been less than 8.5. Paola Compton. close. There's actually a lot of them we can actually eliminate here. Curry. I might have to make notes of this because this we're getting to more manual territory here. Let's do. I'll type this out. Talia. How do I? Here we go. Talia Ibarra, 38. I think the age is probably the thing that's left to. I think there's a way to. I need to know when Zoran came to power. Once I know that, then I can really drill down here. So I'll also mention their food. So Curry, Johnny Courtney. Again, this is a girl, but I don't know. I'm not going to make assumptions, but if we do need to do that, we'll. So fish is an animal. Falafels, that's made out of chickpeas. I love falafels. So 24. Oh, whoops. Actually, what's their name? Zella Womack. 20 falafels. Barbecue, another falafel enjoyer. Gino David, 20 falafels. I've been mispronouncing. Cooper Dalton, nothing. 32, nothing. Hot dogs are made of meat, mushrooms. Maximo Baxter, 24, mushrooms. Chicken nuggets, bagels. Edwin Haynes, 20. And Mapo tofu. Let me just double check. I've never heard of a vegetarian Mapo tofu. I think it does require meat, right? Along with minced meat, is traditionally beef. Okay, so I think it's safe to say Mapo tofu is not in the running here. Actually, I wonder. Sometimes wonder maybe people playing this game. Some of them probably haven't. Some people may have not even heard of some of these foods, like hummus. I'm not sure, but falafels maybe, depending on where you live. Mapo tofu definitely, I think, is not as well known. Dion Farley. 21 raw lettuce. Lettuce. Meat pie, PB&J, another Mapo tofu, and finally Paola Compton, who is 28. She likes apples. Now, if I'm going to filter by gender here, then I guess Johnny Courtney. That's a man's name, so we can put that. Gino is a man's name. Maximo is a man's name. Cooper, though, I don't know. Cooper, I've seen. I think that can be either gender. Edwin means to be a man's name. So, if we filter by possibly girlish names, we have those 5 candidates now. And they all have different ages, so that makes it a little bit. It would make it easier here. Oh, excuse me. But now the issue is. I've done this already. I've done this by movie. I've done it by food. Let me just check. Is there no other data? There's their phone number, but I don't think that's going to help us here. So what I need to look for then is, when did Zoran come to power? When did he... And we do have a hint of this. The birth of a superpower. But then again, this movie came out Some devices banned. Movie production assistant ranked third most desirable job behind coal miner and military conscript. Wow. The problem here is this is a movie about the founding of the country, but doesn't necessarily mean that it was made in the year or like when the country was founded. It might have been pretty close afterwards, but it could also be much later, right? So I'm like, I mean, I guess I could look that movie up. From movies where title equals for father and country. Pierre Herrera. Oops. $1998, which is no. This is a no. That doesn't make any sense. This is a. I forgot. This is a. These are recent releases, so this does not tell me jack shit. Like at the very, we know of some events like the thing that happened in 1993, but that's only 5 years ago. Oops, that's the wrong. Why is this not? Oh, Gov. It's a Gov site, not a com site. Maybe it was admin. There we go. 1998, June 24th. So based on the ages that we saw here, or actually I'll look at the notes here. So half the age of 20 would be, actually, we can probably get a range from these. If I'm also looking at these 5, then the lowest one is 20, so that would be, they would have to be born, let's see, 10 years ago. In that case, Zoran would have to have come to power in 1988 for Zella here. And the biggest one is 38 years. That's, what's 38? That's 19 years. So that would be 1979. So we're looking for Zoran. We're looking for a year when Zoran came to power, somewhere between 1979 and 1988, based on this. That's exactly, and if it's exactly half my life, then when he came to power must have been on exactly June 24th of one of these years. But where can I get that information? Is it? Let me look at back here. I feel like I might have missed that information from somewhere. I need to know the history. When did he come to power? I think I just need to look through some more websites. Oh, I guess I can just look through here. Yeah, this is... I mean, this has mostly... We only looked through the ones that were suspect, but there's definitely some more websites that are not... that we didn't have looked at yet, like parking.gov. What is this? The Central Park. The world's biggest parking lot. Right in the middle of Los Angeles. Reserve your spot today. Get your patriotic parking pass. 125 out of 135,000 spots remaining. Act fast. Huh. It's a very... it's a massive, massive parking lot. Okay. Suit Lizard. So there's definitely some other MMDB profiles. Interesting. Okay. I'm just gonna scan the table and see if I can find any interesting other websites I haven't looked at here. Pizzaslices.net, which is from the last case. Oh, our restaurant is currently closed due to war crimes. Oops. Okay. I like how they changed the website after that case. Potato Man. Smoothie World. Honestly, I'm just seeing the same... I'm seeing the same websites over and over again. Just definitely some profiles on mmdb.com. Femboy. Femboy? Of the He-Man and Femboy series. Huh. That's cool. Zoran fan. Okay. I was hoping that maybe he might have, or this person might have, maybe some hint as to when Zoran, came to power. Another errand boy order. That one looks like a different one. Ashi Brit. Or it might be the only one, actually. Huh? Mole Man fans test confused. It'd be really funny if the maybe the game dev put in like just one entry of a very like esoteric website that's like maybe like an Easter egg. This would be a perfect place to hide such a thing. But I'm not really seeing that here. Maybe it's at the Mole Man fans website. Let me look around here. Fan art. Mole Man fan. Okay, look up his. I'll look up his profile here. 1999. I change this to Mole Man fan. Oh. Saw we wished we could find what we were looking for, Will. It's, yeah, capitalization is needed here. No, this is very specific to Mole Man. It's not Zoran. Mole Lover. If I actually, maybe if I click around these, maybe I can find the answer somewhere. True Hater. happy fella. Huh. Everything 10. What is this rating scale? What are you doing, man? Okay. I feel like we're so close. We're so close. I just don't know what else is. I don't know if there's anything else other than age that we can filter this down, though, right? I could try putting each of these 5 names in there, and maybe I'll get it right, but I don't know. Can this guy help?
Hey.
So you can't really see him behind my figuring out, actually, my personal problems. What personal problems are you struggling with? I'm bad at video games.
Aha.
That's not a problem at all. You should spend more time here at work instead of playing games anyways. Well, you're not helpful. Come back here.
Hey.
Figuring out the case. Which select star? Ah, okay. So, it has. At least this gives me a hint that it is. I am on the right track. So I've already done 3. I've actually done all 3. Age is the one. Has the suspect written about themselves anywhere? Yes, on this profile. Okay, is there any other place? There's the order. Okay.
Aha.
People tend to divulge personal information when writing about serious things like politics. So the movie database is not, that's supposed to be, you're supposed to have, you watch them for fun, not for serious things, though it can have serious topics. What is he trying to imply here? Is there a site that I'm missing here? Select your star. Let me see here. Oh, don't forget to read other reviews on rateyourdictator.gov. Oh, I think that might be it here. That's really the only other website. I mean, it's also directly related to Zoran, so I guess I should have maybe looked at that a little more closely. Whoops. Gov. And I remember reading through all of these, so there must be a mention. Okay, Yugoslavia. Okay. He was elected only 5 years before, so that he wouldn't even have time to plan it out. There it is. Okay, so that would be 1988. Which is in range, which would be this person. Zella Womack. Right? Because if she was born in... The year is 1998 right now. If she was born in 1978, she would have been 10 when Zoran came to power in 1988. And now she's 20. I think we have her. So Zella Womack. Okay. I like that one. I didn't even need to use any of the other like I didn't even need to use any having clauses, but oh well.
That'll teach her not to spread lies on the internet. At the very least, you should spread lies in person. Obviously, that would still be illegal and disgusting, of course, but it's certainly braver and much cooler. But anyways, this next case is a bit more of a personal favor. See, my kid spends a lot of time on what they call online multiplayer video games.
Oh, here we go.
Heard of these things? Crazy stuff. Recently, he got into one called The Legends of New Hampshire. Problem is, apparently his character got ambushed or something, and he lost some valuable virtual items. Anyways, he's been crying about it all week, so if you could solve this case for me, I'd appreciate it. On your computer, you'll find a log of everyone who got damaged in that Hampshire game on the day my kid's character died. He also sketched out the virtual item he lost because, well, he thought it was important. I also attached a photo of my kid crying, just to show you what I have to deal with these days. Hopefully, though, after you solve this case, I won't have to deal with that anymore.
Fun. Okay. I think I'm gonna leave that to next week, though, to the next stream. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna leave. I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish the whole game. Because we're on chapter 7 of... We have some like and or... Oh, or... Distinct. Oh, distinct. Interesting. So we have like, yeah, basically 2 more chapters of the book. I don't know if there are any more cases after it, so it could, you know... It seems like there's like maybe... Whoops. Sorry, bang my microphone. 8 cases here, but it could be... There could be more cases afterward. Like maybe a final case of some sort. But considering how long that last one took, because it was mostly again reading all the information and just processing it. So, yeah, that's going to be the end of today's stream. And again, unfortunately, I wasn't able to play the Alter's last variable. I think I'm going to have to put that on hold for a bit because it seems to be crashing quite frequently for me, quite consistently for me right now. So I don't know. And I don't think it's temperature related because my computer wasn't overheating. It's not very warm today. So it's something to do with the video card drivers or the game itself. I think I'm going to have to wait until the devs actually maybe they'll release a patch and maybe they'll fix those issues. So yeah. So next week, not too many streams next week. I know I've been going hard for the last while or so, but I'm gonna take it easy next week, and I have also other stuff to do. There'll be at least maybe 1 or 2 streams. I want to finish the Bookwalker. We're getting I think there's only one last chapter there. And I think I'll sneak in this game. Hopefully finish off this game. And that'll be that. So I guess maybe, I'm not sure which day it'll be. Probably Tuesday and Wednesday is probably when I'll be streaming, but I'll confirm that with a schedule that I'll post, that I will post tomorrow. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you are interested in getting notifications on when I'll be going live, you can check my Blue Sky and Discord server. Actually, let me see if I can put those links in chat. There we go. I should probably do that more often. But yeah, the links are there if you want to get follow me on Blue Sky or join my Discord server. That's when I'll be posting my schedule or notifications when I'll be going live. And yeah, that's about it. This game's been pretty fun. I'm enjoying it thoroughly, and I'm also relearning my SQL. So I guess there's a bit of an educational benefit there. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.